guys, Zueljin here and welcome to Foundation. This is a brand new medieval city builder game that I wanted to show you today. I spotted it over at PAX and I found out that a good friend of mine, Corrales, had a playthrough of it that I started to check out. So this is the area. It's a gorgeous world, isn't it? It's a really neat art style, and there's a bunch of areas that I can choose from to select, and I think I'm gonna go with one right near the coast right here. It's a little uneven terrain, but it has some berries and some rocks and plenty of trees that we can harvest from. So the first thing that we're gonna need to do is build a village, and we're gonna have to paint out the areas that we're going to extract from. So let's do a village center right here next to the berries, and we have a load of lovely, I guess you can consider this lovely. Look at his eyes. They look so surprised, man. Okay, so we've got a couple of males, some females. All right, a good little spread. Who is this? Oh, all right. I thought that was a guy at first. Your hair is kind of tall, mama. Well, we'll take you. All right, so we have to paint an extraction zone here. So what we can do is paint the development zone, and we're going to select an extraction zone. So everything that you see, like this stone here, would need to be painted over to be able to extract from. These berries, same thing. And also the area of wood. Now, from what I know, you can only reforest with pine. So I'm only going to select this pine stuff at first. And that should be nice and painted over here. All right. So let's start by putting together a little bit of gathering and selecting people to see what they're going to do. So if we go to public buildings here, you'll see that we have lumber camps, gathering huts, stonecutter camps, sawmills, wells, and warehouses. So we're going to need a few resources in order to put together a well. And to start gathering, let's go ahead and put a lumber camp down. The lumber camp we're going to put at an area where I know we will be gathering lumber from, and we'll just go ahead and put that right here. Okay, so there's the lumbering camp. We're gonna need a stone cutter's camp. We'll put that right next to the stone, and we're gonna need a sawmill and stuff too, but gathering hut is what we'll need at first for food. So let's go ahead and set the gathering hut right next to the berries and just have them kind of go. So nobody's working on anything right now. It's because we have to select some roles for these people. So right now you can see that this guy has no skill in building. We can select a few different people and see if any of them have skill in building, and it doesn't look like they do, so we'll just kind of set things as we go here. So here's our villager list, and it looks like Robin is going to be a builder. So we'll start that building, and you know what? We'll also set up... Who are you? Kuingundi? What? Okay, you could be a builder too, Kuingundi. So we have a couple of builders, and they're going to be starting out to put together our stonecutter and our woodcutter's lodge. So as far as stone cutting and wood cutting goes, we should probably employ a little bit of that as well. Let's let Agnes cut wood, and Jacob is going to be our stonecutter. And we're also going to have carpenters, transporters, and market tenders that we'll need pretty soon. But right now, we can actually employ the others to do a few different things. So let's go ahead and select 2 stone cutters and 2 wood cutters right now. And as far as our last couple people, let's go ahead and put one as a transporter and one as a carpenter. And it looks like our lumber camp is complete, which is great. If we click on the lumber camp here, you'll see that we have the assigned workers of Agnes and Hans, and they're going to be doing their part to put together our wood. All right, so our stonecutter camp is complete as well, and let's go ahead and put down a well very close to town center here. And we're going to be able to get some resources as we go. We have 30 wood right now, 10 tools. Doesn't look like we have any stone, but we just got our first one. And to complete the well here, it says that we're waiting on 5 stone and 10 lumber to be able to do that. So Kingwin just brought the 10 wood, and the 5 stone we're still kind of waiting on. Once we get that, we'll start getting some mood increases, because right now we have some happiness issues. If we go to a little bit slower down here, we can select the happiness of any one of our people, or select any one of our people to view the happiness. And it looks like their global needs base happiness is 0. Why? Well, that's simple. Their primary needs are housing and water. Food and water, actually. So hopefully the gathering hut is done pretty soon here. Let's go ahead and increase the speed and get this back going again. Let's also put together a warehouse that we're going to be able to store stuff in. We'll put the warehouse, I don't know, let's say right around here. Okay, there we go. And we can have a couple people start foraging as well. That way they'll start working in the berries and grabbing some very important food for our village. So the well is complete now, and now they'll be able to get water, which is really good. We could probably put together a sawmill, and we'll put the sawmill around the lumber camp, like right here. I guess would be a pretty good spot for it. We have a couple more quests now. One of them is to build a market. So let's go ahead and go to the market, and we'll select a food stall, and we'll put the market pretty close to the berries here. And when this market is built, we'll actually get to start selling the berries, which will help us get profits, because right now we're using pretty much all the gold that we have, and we're not earning anymore. So it'll be very important to start doing that. So let's go ahead and take one of our stone cutters, and we're going to change them to a market tender. That way when the market's built, we'll be good to go. Let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit. The market should be done pretty soon, and we just completed it. There we go. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, we're just going to start bringing some of the goods to market here as soon as we select what we want to sell. So now, quest complete, build and set up a market, $100. There we go. So we have a new quest, and we have to unlock a trade route. All right. And it looks like just a message from our king. The king is recognizing your efforts in establishing your settlement. I am but your humble servant. We got a bunch of new things unlocked, including a residential zone available now. And villagers lack a space in housing, so we're going to have to put that together really, really soon here. So let's take a look at development zones, and now we have access to residential. And I'm thinking that we're going to start our little residential area, like right here. How's that look? Very cool. All right, that's all set, and we're going to have our builders that are going to start putting houses together there. All right, so 2 new villagers are joining our village, and it looks like we still need to unlock a trade route. So checking out trade here, it looks like there's some neighboring cities that we can trade with, but it looks like we're waiting on resources to be able to get those trade routes unlocked. Looks like we could do a stonemason's hut, which is going to allow us to exchange some goods. So let's go ahead and put a stonemason's hut right here next to our stone cutting operation. All right, we finished up the stonemason's hut. Let's go ahead and assign an available villager to it. Let's put Walter on the sawmill, and we'll start getting a little bit more supplies that we need. So our gold is starting to get up there, and we're starting to accumulate planks, but we're kind of using them as we go. So in order to unlock those trade routes, we're going to need more planks. Let's go ahead and take another look at our sawmill, and I think we're going to assign another villager for it. 2 new villagers have joined just in time. Let's go ahead and assign an available villager. All right, here we are, Catherine and Rose. And it looks like we finally built our warehouse, 1 new building's unlocked, and reforestation available. Very good. Let's go ahead and make Catherine a forester, and Rose is going to work on the sawmill as well. So if we take a look at zones now, we should be able to do reforestation in the same area as we did before. So let's go ahead and reforest this area. Beautiful. All right, and our planks are stockpiling up now that we have a couple of workers on the sawmill, and as soon as they hit 20, we'll be able to unlock the trade route. There we go. Unlock trade route, baby. So now that we have the trade routes unlocked, we can start to try to get more goods that we don't produce here in town. Let's select the warehouse here, and let's see. We will start to store... Let's start to store tools, because that's what we'll have when we start buying them. Okay, except that. Slot 2 we could select for berries. Slot 3 maybe polished stone. And slot 4 we can do regular stone. Okay, so there we go. Assign a villager to it. Jane is going to take care of it, which is one of our newer villagers. We need to get some more housing up and running here, because I think that's the source of a lot of our happiness issues here. So it looks like a lot of our sadness is coming from the fact that we don't have service available. My lord, we need to choose who we want to help. Okay, I'll help the king, I'll help the clergy, I'll help the people, I'll keep it all. I'm keeping it all. Okay, so let's see. We would deliver 30 food in 60 days. What does this give us? Okay, this gives us rewards like... Oh, I see. So this gives us unlocking. So right now we really need service, I think is what we're looking for right here, right? I'm going to help the clergy first, okay? That's what I'm going to do first. And as far as the trade route goes, let's check our trade route here. And trading resources, we want to get tools because we don't have a whole lot. Let's go ahead and produce up to 20 tools, I think. And we'll buy inventory until we get to that value here. We're also going to need to buy bread. There we go. And the bread will allow us to unlock the other trade route. We have polished stones that we can trade, but I think that we're just going to hold off right now on selling any of our other resources. Yeah? So the woodcutter couldn't find any accessible resource in the zone extraction. So we're going to have to change the extraction zone, I do believe. Let's check out our development zones here. We're going to change the reforestation zone to right here. And we're going to... Let's open up some room here for more of a residential zone, yeah? We're also going to harvest a lot of this stuff. This will give us more room for houses and stuff too. So we have to make sure the extraction zones are still covering the berries and the stones and stuff like that. And I think we just about got that. And for the most part, our little city is coming together pretty darn well. We have a trade route established now. We have almost all of the resources that we can ask for. And the trade routes can get us the stuff that we can't get. And our happiness needs, it's a little bit of housing, but we have some happy people, a couple of unemployed people that we could probably set for. Let's see. We could set to another stonemason perhaps, and let's select, I don't know, another woodcutter here. There we go. So there we have it, guys. We've got a good little bit of our village started. We still need some housing and stuff, but production is headed the right way. We have some trade routes established, and our little village is bustling. I hope y'all really enjoyed the little gameplay of Foundation. I'll probably do some live streaming on this. You could catch me live on twitch.tv about 5 days a week. I stream a variety of different things, but I'll definitely be doing some more content somewhere for Foundation. Thank y'all so much for watching, guys. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time. Break it down.